Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, July 7th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Ricochet is officially a free agent. His contract officially expired this week. Expired on this week, the previous week, the first, and there's a strong possibility that he will be heading to AEW. I think that's pretty much close to as a guarantee as we can get. I can see him being an AEW TNT champion, international champion, and ultimately becoming world champion in Ring of Honor. That would be really, really great for him. Also, speaking of Ring of Honor, looks like Mace and Mansoor will be coming to Ring of Honor. A vignette aired this past week on Ring of Honor. Don't know if they're officially signed, but it's going to be great seeing them get some work in. And Gia Miller has re-signed with TNA. The interviewer, sometimes ring announcer, has done a fantastic job and will be a big part of the company's future moving forward. Xia Li is training for her MMA debut. She's got about a month to go. Where she will be fighting, yet to be announced, but she will be putting in that work. And I hope this isn't the end of her being in a wrestling ring. She will make any company better. Kind of hope TNA signs actually. And Daniel Garcia's contract will be coming up this fall, but I believe there's a strong possibility that he will be re-signing with AEW. It looks like he is, figures prominently into a lot of their plans. And in shocking news, WWE has announced that Bad Blood will be returning. What's old is new. It will be going down in October, and that's usually when a Bad Blood went down, taking place October 5th. WWE's bringing back these old pay-per-views. Like NXT has gotten Vengeance, they've gotten No Mercy, they've gotten New Year's Evil, which is kind of a play on New Year's Revolution. This is good. Bad Blood was a really popular event. On the injury side of things, Bryan Keith is still hurt, but he's still been cleared to, get involved in some in-ring stuff, and he had to drop the DPW National Championship. He had a record-breaking reign of 323 days and defended it 5 times, so we'll see what happens with him. And a Ring of Honor star has undergone successful surgery. Cole Carter uploaded his photo of himself at the hospital, revealing that he underwent his first ever surgery of his life to treat his broken arm, and he will be healing and be back better than ever. And Minoru Suzuki has been discharged from the hospital after collapsing in the ring. Listen, man, Murder Grandpa is a legend. We must take care of him. It seems like he's doing better, and there's nothing particularly to worry about, but we will be keeping an eye on Suzuki. But that is the news, and we shall be right back. All right, weekend review following a forbidden door leading into a Money in the Bank. This was a very strong week. So we start off with Monday Night Raw. This was the go-home show for Money in the Bank. We open up with Chad Gable and Jey Uso having some words with each other, really talking about family. And Gable chastises Jey for leaving his family, tries to make him a target for the Wyatts. The Wyatts then arrive to scare off Chad Gable and give Cole another package. Xavier Woods defeated Karrion Kross, but the Final Testament attacked again after the match. I think Big E's coming back. I know I'm not the only one, but I do think Big E is coming back. Damian tells Dom that he knows he's lying about talking to Rhea, and she is pissed. Liv leaves the locker room, and Finn has some choice words for Priest, talking about what was that last week, saying we need you more than you need us. And Priest was like, yeah, it's true. We needed Rhea when she was champion. You need me as world champion. Now y'all got tag team titles, so we need each other. Like, they're going to blow up. This is going to go down. Liv Morgan retained the Women's World Championship against Zelina Vega after Dom screwed up trying to help Zelina win. Rey Mysterio was there to try to falter, get Dom out the way. Damian Priest and Seth Rollins spin circles just to get us hyped for the match, and ends with Finn Balor catching a curb stomp from Seth. Zoe Stark defeated Dakota Kai and Ivy Now to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. The Wyatt tip explains why Gable is getting targeted, and it's all about family, their families forgotten, and people that turn their back on their family, that push their family away, are in for a reckoning. Otis turns down Chad Gable once again. Rey Mysterio defeated Dominic Mysterio after Zelina caused Liv to hit Dom, and Liv is very, very apologetic. Braun Breaker spirit Sami Zayn after they had some words with each other. Katana and Kaden jumped Damage Control in the main event. Drew McIntyre defeated Sheamus and Ilja Dragunov to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. This was a really good match. Over on Dynamite, we had our Forbidden Door Fallout show. This show gets 2 thumbs up. It's been a very long time since I gave a show 2 thumbs up. This show was close to being perfect as perfect can be. So Dan Garcia is ready for tonight, and MJF will corner him. Matt Menard shakes MJF hand and thanks him for everything he's done for Garcia. So we know how that's going to go. Bryan Danielson defeated Pac to advance to the Owen Cup Finals. Willow Nightingale cheers herself up and prepares for her Owen match. Mark Briscoe will be on Team AEW, and then the Elite attacked him. Kyle O'Reilly tried to help, but it was too much until the Acclaim ran them off. Tony Storm hypes up Mariah May. Willow Nightingale defeated Chris Statlander to advance to the Owen Cup Finals. Stokely tried to help, gave Chris a steel chain, and it backfired. But I do think Chris is going to cause Willow to lose in the final so they can set up their all-in match. Jeff Jarrett is ready for his Owen Cup match. Britt Baker returned and said, some things. She was having a siege. Honestly, I don't care. Essentially, Mercedes Mone came out, did her celebration, and Britt wants Mone at All In for the TBS Championship. And it's probably going to happen. I just need Mercedes to win this match and get it over with. Will Ospreay does not blame Don Callis for the loss and asks to leave the family. Callis says, I rarely do this, but I love you. And he lets him go and says, I will want a favor in return. And in the background, Kyle Fletcher is skeptical about what's going on. Jericho chastises Taz and relieves him of his announcing duties thanks to the Elite, and he's immediately escorted from the building. Joe, Hook, and Shibata defeated the Embassy, and then the Learning Tree attacked after the match. Hangman Page returns and beats Jeff Jarrett in the Owen quarterfinal match. Hangman was the wild card chosen by the Elite, and Hangman isn't with the Elite's BS. And in the main event, Will Ospreay retained the International Championship, defeating Daniel Garcia. After the match, MJF murdered Garcia. He murdered Matt Menard, and then he murdered Garcia again. Gave him a tombstone off the top rope. Over Impact, we're back in the 2300 arena. I'm mad I missed those tapings, man. But Leon Slater versus Trey Miguel ended in a no contest as Charlie Dempsey from NXT attacked, and Trey and Zack are pissed. The Hardys vow to defeat the Edwards and make Eddie Edwards pay. Danny Luna versus Jody Threat ended in a time limit draw. Santino Marella will make Speedball Mike Bailey earn his title shot. Kaz beat Mike Santana by count out. ABC will get the tag team titles back. AJ Francis will end up defending the Digital Media Championship against PCO at Slammiversary. He's not worried about that. The Hardys beat the Edwards. Jordan Grace issues another open challenge for next week. Joe Hendry defeated Jake Something, and Hendry says believe in him as he's going to become world champion. And in the end, the system didn't take out Nick Nemeth, but was it Cass who just caused the marks? Over on SmackDown, this was the Money in the Bank Go Home show, and this was a subpar show to say the least. So we had the Money in the Bank promo parade that ends with everybody fighting, and I think LA Knight and Jay Uso were the last two standing. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green attack Bailey backstage. The Street Profits beat Pretty Deadly. Grayson Waller tells Austin Theory to look at what he's done since leaving the way. Jade and Bianca defeated Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes, they vowed to beat the Bloodline at Money in the Bank, and they're going to squash this belt on before they even get started. Bailey ended up beating Piper Niven, and all the Money in the Bank women fought. Nia attacked Bailey until Michin ran her off with a kendo stick. DIY defeated A-Town Down Under to win the WWE Tag Team Championships in a fun match. And Solo Sikoa says Roman failed him. He failed the family. He couldn't deal with Cody Rhodes. And now it's up to Solo to bring respect back to the family. And Roman has to acknowledge him. Ooh. Over on Rampage, Roosh beat Commander. The Undisputed Kingdom don't like the conglomeration. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita defeated Private Party. Don Callis questions Roosh and like, yo, why we not doing business with each other? Kyle O'Reilly won a squash match. Samoa Joe vows to hurt Chris Jericho in the main event. Mariah May defeated Hikaru Shida to advance the Owen Cup finals on the women's side. Over on Collision, this was the Forbidden Door Fallout show. It's a fine show. MJF explains himself and says that he did everything right and the fans still turned their back on him. So now he's going to do things his way again and make every single person pay. The conglomeration won a squash match. Jack Perry is his open challenge, defending the TNT Championship later on in the evening. Hangman isn't with the Elite's BS and he wants Swerve. The Elite suspended him, but at the moment they need him, they just immediately brought him back and expects him to do their bidding, and he's not doing that. He wants to run through the tournament to get to Swerve at all. And Tony Storm defeated Trish Adora. The Patriarchy will get the Trio Championships back, and Killswitch killed Kip Sabian. Jack Perry's open challenge is answered by none other than Marco Stunt, former member of Jurassic Express, but Jack Perry still wins. House of Black will make Christian pay, even though they don't really have any feelings. Claudio Castagnoli defeated the Beast Mortos. Matt Menard says MJF will get the Red Death. He's doing well. Dan Garcia will recover, but MJF is in for a rude awakening. Serena D wants to know if Rhea was on her level now, and Rhea ended up defeating Lady Frost. We have to start getting Lady Frost. Lady Frost is in the same position that Queen Aminata was in like a year ago, where Queen Aminata kept getting matches and looking good and losing. Now that's Lady Frost. It happened 2 years ago with Takeshita, so Lady Frost will get her time. Shane Taylor Promotions says they will deal with Top Flight, does that to the face. Christian in the main event caused Jay White to lose to Hangman Page as Hangman advanced to the Owen finals. Our matches of the week, we got a lot, ladies and gentlemen. From Forbidden Door, we have Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi in the Owen Cup quarterfinal match. Toni Storm versus Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's World Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. The ladder match for the vacant TNT Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Vaquer, title for title. TBS Championship. New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. Once again, AEW knocks it out of the park with their pay-per-views. From Raw, Drew McIntyre versus Ilja Dragunov and versus Sheamus in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. From Dynamite, Bryan Danielson versus Pac in an Owen Cup semifinal match. From Collision, Hangman Page versus Jay White in an Owen semi-final match. And from Money in the Bank, we got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the main event, which I thought should have been a stipulation match, but it worked. The Bloodline versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes was a really fun match. In our star of the week, we got three of them things: Solo Sikoa, Swerve Strickland, Tiffany Stratton. All three of them coming up. This week we got a couple lists: the top tag teams of the year so far, the top factions of the year so far. We got a Let's Talk About It, new WWE tournaments. We got a Flashback Friday, and of course come back this Saturday for the next episode of the High Risk Podcast, the downsides of the WWE draft. But that's our show. Check out the socials: Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I see you when I see you. Peace.